So check this out. Dropshipping is hands down the best business model to start in 2025 for complete beginners. And luckily for you, you stumbled across the right video because today I'm gonna show you exactly how you can get started and what you need to do. And this is broken down into 5 simple steps. All you need to do is follow along with me. Now, before I begin, if you don't know who I am, my name is Nick Dahlberg or Jung Labs, and I've been dropshipping for the last 9.5 years and have made well over 8 figures doing it. And in addition to that, I've also helped thousands of beginners just like yourself completely change your life with the dropshipping business model. Now, one thing about me is I don't like wasting time, so if you're ready to begin, so am I. Go ahead, drop this video a like, hit the subscribe because I want to grow this channel, and let's get right into this. I'm going to break this down in a simple 5-step process, and that is all it is. But before we begin, I do want to give you a quick disclaimer. This is not rocket science, so do not overcomplicate this or do not overthink it because it doesn't need to be overcomplicated or overthought. But keep in mind, this is a very real business that can absolutely 100% change your life, so you need to take this information serious. So, step 1, we need to build our store. And the type of store that we're going to build is a general niche store. Not a general store, not a one product store, a general niche store. Now, you're probably wondering, why are we building a general niche store? Well, a general niche store can house any type of product whatsoever. And if you're trying to think of what one is in real life, think of Forever 21 or Urban Outfitters. Don't think of the Dollar General or the Family Dollar. Both Forever 21 and Urban Outfitters don't sell any one specific product. They sell a plethora of products. They sell women's clothes, they sell men's clothes, they sell women's accessories, they sell men's accessories, they sell home products, they sell beauty products, they sell pet products, and so on. And they sell all of these products under the same brand identity. And this is what is known as branded dropshipping. A lot of people completely overcomplicate this, which we'll touch on a bit later. But all that is simply just keeping your color scheme, your logo, and your site cohesive. And if Forever 21 and Urban Outfitters can sell all these different types of products under the same brand identity, why can't you? You absolutely can, especially since you don't have the burden of buying all this inventory because you're dropshipping. And again, the reason we do a general niche store compared to any other type of store is because it allows us to not only test multiple products under the same store and not start over if a product doesn't work, but it's also very easy to scale. And this is really not hard to set up. All you need to do is give your store a branded feel and make sure that it's cohesive. And I'm about to show you a live example of a highly branded store that was very easy for me to set up that I built out in less than an hour. So the first thing that we want to do is sign up for Shopify, which link down in the description of this video, you will find a link to sign up for Shopify for completely free for 3 days and then just $1 a month for your first 3 months. Now, after you signed up for your Shopify plan, then you're going to be taken to this page right here, which is essentially just the homepage or the dashboard. That's a really good way to look at it. Now, let me show you what that branded store looks like and a little bit of how I built that so quickly. So this right here is the store, and it's built on a free Sense theme. Now, you're going to notice a few things right away on this store. Number 1, the color scheme is very congruent. And number 2, the logo is not all crazy. It doesn't have any graphics. It's just a text-based logo, but everything is congruent from the product page all the way to the slide cart. All the color schemes match. And this is exactly what you want to do. This store has a very branded feel simply just because of the color scheme that I chose. Now, I'm going to briefly run you through how I did this and how I chose to actually build out this product page. So you want to go into your online store, then come over here to customize under your theme. Now, again, I'm using the free Sense theme. Now, the first page that you're going to be on is your homepage. And this is the page that people go to when they first come to your website. Now, let me say one thing about this. You really don't need to do too much here because you're never going to send traffic to this page ever. You're always going to be sending traffic directly to your product pages. So you can leave this very simple. How I like to have it over here is just image with text and then a featured collection, and that's it. But what we really want to focus on in here is the actual product pages. So if you come over here to homepage and select this and then click products, on yours, you're going to see default product. What you want to do is create a template. And this right here is my template. So after you click create template, you're going to base it on your default product page template. And then you're going to give it a name. Now for the name, make it the name of the product that you want to pick. And later on in this video, I'll show you why I chose to sell this specific winning product. But anyways, you base it on the default template. So this right here is my product page template. Now, all you need to do is just kind of copy out how I built this template. So first things first, I like to remove everything here. So we're starting completely fresh. And then for product information, all you need to have here is the title, the price, the variant, description, and buy buttons. That's it. And if you're kind of confused on what all this stuff is, just hover over something and it's going to outline it in blue. Like notice I'm on title right now, and then to the right, you see title outlined in blue. All right, so then after you have the product information all filled out, then what you want to do is add image with text boxes. So you want 2 of these, and I highly recommend adding GIFs here and focusing on talking about the UVPs. In this example, we're selling a hoodie, so we really want to show what the hoodie looks like on and why people should buy it. So it's a trending vintage print, and it's also cozy and premium. Now, in terms of the text for this, just use ChatGPT. Plug in a brief description of your product, and then tell ChatGPT to generate you a 1-sentence UVP description for each UVP, trending vintage print and cozy premium fit. And by the way, if you don't know what UVP means, it means unique value propositions, essentially your selling points for this specific product. Now, in regards to these bundles right here and the slide cart that I showed you, those are apps, and I'll show you how that works a little bit later on. But I want to give you a checklist of things that you should write down right now to keep in mind when building out your store. So number 1, make sure that your color scheme is congruent. Everything on here flows and matches and is cohesive, and that is very important to getting the branded store feel. Number 2, don't go too crazy with your logo. Simple text-based logo, that's all you need. Number 3, you don't need to worry about the homepage. Focus on building out product page templates. And on these product page templates, focus on selling the product. Now, what do we need to do to sell the product? Well, this is where you're going to draw another checkbox. Number 4, you need to highlight the product itself and its UVPs, unique value propositions, its selling points. Number 5, you need to focus on the offer. So the offer right here is a 50% off sale. A strike through at 60, selling over 30, 50% off. Number 6, you need to focus also on urgency and scarcity to get that impulse buy. So notice right here, limited time offer ends today. And then lastly, number 7, you need to have some type of trust factors on your site. And there's a lot of apps that you can use to be able to import reviews directly from AliExpress. And that's how simple you need to keep it. Now, let me show you real quick how you actually change the color schemes, because again, very easy. You click on this gear icon over here and then go to colors, and then you set up schemes. Now, keep in mind, there are multiple schemes that you can have on your website, and each one of these schemes is going to be correlated with a specific section. So notice that inside of each scheme, there are different color patterns. And these color patterns I just picked based off what I thought would look good. Let me show you what I mean by certain schemes are tied to certain sections. So if you come over here to the right and you look at color scheme right here, you'll notice that I have scheme 1 set as the background. Now watch, if I were to make it scheme 2, it turns it all that color. And then for container color scheme, you're going to notice that I have it set to 2, which is why this is this color. Now, if I just chose any random colors like this, color scheme 4, and left it like this, now our store doesn't feel as branded. It looks kind of wonky. It's an eyesore. But even still, with this eyesore color right here, the site still looks very branded. But this is exactly what I mean when I say make sure the colors are congruent and cohesive, so it really has that branded feel. And you can even see if there is an out of place color, the whole site still does come together because I put in the effort to make sure the store looks branded. But this is incredibly easy to do. Now we're going to move on to step 2, which is connecting with a reputable private supplier that can ship your orders out fast and ensure that you're sending out high quality products. Now, if you've been following along with me step by step, you'd notice that I did not mention anything about the apps that I'm using, or I didn't touch on how to find winning products just yet. And that's for a good reason. We're simplifying this entire thing. The first thing that you need to do is build the foundation, is create your Shopify account and build the foundation for your store. Then we need to connect with this private supplier so we know how much we can actually sell our products for. So we're going to come back to the apps, and in the next step, I'm going to show you how to find those winning products. But anyways, let's get into connecting with the supplier now. Now, before I get you connected with the supplier, you're probably wondering, what exactly is a private supplier? Well, it's simply just a company that will source and fulfill your orders for you, and it's mostly automated. You don't need to do anything except pay the bill. It's very streamlined. Now, the reason you want to use this private supplier instead of shipping your orders directly from AliExpress is for a few reasons. Number 1, you can rest assured you're sending only the highest quality products to your customers with the fastest shipping times available. Next, you can also brand your products with your logo and add custom inserts to your packages, which adds a nice branded touch when the time is right. And lastly, you can source and fulfill literally just about everything. So that gives you infinite options on what you can sell. Now, really quickly, I do want to cover the difference between sourcing and fulfilling, because oftentimes a lot of beginners like yourself confuse these or mix them up. So sourcing is essentially when you send the product link to your supplier and they give you a quote on what they can buy the product for, including the shipping price and what it costs to store in their warehouse for you. Now, fulfilling is when they actually ship the orders out of their warehouse to your customer. So that's the difference. Sourcing is essentially what they can get the product for from the manufacturer and how much they can store it in their warehouse for. And fulfilling is the action of when they're actually shipping the order out from their warehouse directly to your customer. And just so I make it very clear, so it's very transparent, both sourcing and fulfilling are going to be included in your quote. So it is one price. That is what makes up your quote. Now, this is the private supplier that you're going to use. It's called AutoDS, and you're going going to find a link down in the description to sign up with them, and you're going to get a completely free trial. Now, after you sign up for AutoDS, you're going to get taken to this page right here, which is their marketplace. And on here, you're going to find a bunch of products that are doing very well for their merchants that can also ship out very fast that they have inventory for on hand. And these ship incredibly fast, 1 day, 6 days, 2 days, 2 to 3 days, and so on. But underneath that, and there are a ton of products on here that you can search through and browse, but I want to touch more on the other features of AutoDS because you almost need to look at it like an all-in-one toolkit for everything you need with dropshipping, because it's not just a supplier, it's also a spy tool as well. They have ad spies, they have hand-picked winning products and trending products. Inside ad spies, this is very useful. You can see all active ads on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok and set filters. You can also do print on demand and so many other things within this one platform. So it's a very, very great tool. But let me show you how AutoDS works internally in terms of fulfillment. Then we can move into actually finding winning products. So first things first, to get AutoDS up, you actually need to connect it to your Shopify store. You want to come up here, click this. And then what you want to do is click Add Store. And then what you want to do is select Shopify Store, then click Continue. And then what you want to select is I have a Shopify store, connect it to AutoDS, because remember, it's on step 1, we made our store. So then you want to click Continue. And then here it will redirect you to the Shopify App Store where you want to install the AutoDS app, which I already have on this store. So if you come over here to dashboard, you're going to get some internal metrics about your total revenue, the number of products that you have on your store, the number of orders, and your profit. But to actually see the orders that you have, you want to click orders right here. And what happens is when someone buys something from your website, AutoDS, since it's connected to your store, is going to automatically get that data inside of their app. And then all you simply need to do is make sure that you have credits available to actually fill the orders. So in most cases, you'll need to come up here and click buy credits to get some of them. So now you're probably wondering, well, how exactly do I connect the product to my store? Well, so what you want to do is come up here to add products, and then you want to click single product. Then you're going to be taken to this pop-up right here. And then what you want to do is select your supplier source. So where exactly did you find the product from? And this can be anywhere. You can find it on AliExpress. You can find it on Amazon. You can find it on CJ Dropshipping. You can find it on Etsy. You can even find it on another competitor Shopify store. And then what you do is you take the AliExpress link and paste it right here, and then click publish a store. And it's going to push that product from AliExpress right over to your Shopify store in literally seconds. So if we come over here to products, you can see the camo hoodie right here. I found the product on AliExpress, which is right here. Then I took this link right here and I copied this and took this back to AutoDS and I pasted it in here, push it over to my Shopify store, which is right here. Now, the only difference that I did was change the product name and the description. That way it looks better on my website. And you can easily do this inside Shopify right here just by changing the name. Now, if we go back to AutoDS, you can see right here the price. I can source and fulfill this product for $8.05. Now, and underneath the AutoDS thinks the selling price of it is $10.27 just because we didn't change that setting inside the app, but we're actually selling it for $30. So our profit is a lot higher. And you can see that this is the origin source. Right here is the link of the product that I dropped in there, which is an AliExpress link. And then where we're selling the product is right here on my Shopify store. So that's how it's all connected. Now, in terms of actually fulfilling your orders, all you want to do is come over here to orders and click this. Now, again, when someone orders on your Shopify store, all the order details, including the customer information, shipping address, and all that stuff is sunk over in AutoDS. So you don't have to do anything there. You just have to come in here and then you just have to fulfill. And this is what it will look like. You'll see a button right here where you can fulfill the order. And then the status will change to ordered. And then once it ships out, you'll get this notification right here, ship, which will generate a tracking number, which will automatically send to your customer. So you don't have to send that out. And then once it's delivered, you'll see a green status right here that the product has been delivered. It is very simple and very streamlined. And again, you can find AutoDS linked down in the description of this video with a completely free trial. At this point now, we've covered how to build the foundation of your Shopify store. We've also covered how to connect with a reputable private supplier. Now what we need to do is actually know how to find real winning products. And I'm going to make this incredibly simple with just a few data points that you need to look at, because I see way too many beginners just like yourself way overcomplicate this and way overthink. All you need to do is look at the data. So step 3 is finding real winning product. Now, this is the most important part when it comes to picking products. You need to pick products based off of real valid data and not what you like or what you think will work. I'm going to repeat that. Pick products off of real valid data and not what you think or what you like. And this is where so many beginners mess up. They do not understand how to look at data. And I know that sounds like a scary word, but the data points that you need to look at are these 3 simple things things: impressions versus the days the ad has been running, how long have the ads been running, and are new ads being launched. Ads on, ads that are spending means money is being made, and if money is being made, that equals a winning product, and that is all you need to think about. Nothing more, nothing less. Now, the tool that I use to do this is PP ads, and the reason I use it is because it literally works. I can't count the number of winning products that I have found on PP ads, and I can also attest that my students have been able to make millions of dollars also using this tool as well. Can't vouch enough for it. But anyways, let me show you how to set up your filters on PP ads to find products with these data points that are winning. So the first thing you want to do is come up here to ads and click on this. Then what you want to do is select TikTok. Then you want to choose ecom platform equals Shopify, click apply. Then for country or region, what you want to do is click United States, Germany, France, United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, Austria, Belgium, Netherlands. Then click apply. And then you want to come over here to first seen in the last 7 days and last seen in the last 24 hours. And this is going to give us very recent products. Now, the reason we're doing 7 and 24 hours, the reason we're doing 7 days is because if the ad was first seen 7 days ago, that product is less than a week old. And if it was last seen less than 24 hours ago, that means the ad is still on, therefore it is making money for a week straight, which is a good sign. It checks all the boxes. But now let's actually get in here and start looking at stuff. Oh, also select e-commerce up here. So what you're essentially looking for is something like this: 31.3K impressions in 3 days, 14.8K impressions in 3 days. That's very high. You know, on average, you'll see something more like this: 2K impressions in 2 days. That's still good. When you see a lot of impressions compared to a very small date range, that's a good sign. First box is checked. Now what we want to do is actually go in and see how long the ads have been running and are they launching new ads. So what you want to do is click on the advertiser right here, click add detail, and then select this right here, which will open up all the ads that they've been running. And as you can see, they've been running 14 ads. That's a very good sign. And you can see that they have multiple different variations of new creative. So now let's actually go to the website and see what we can do. This is a very poorly built out website. It does not look that good at all, you know, especially if we compare it to our site, which is right here. Our site looks a whole lot better than this. So now going back to this, we can check all 3 boxes. That is a winning product, and that's exactly why I imported that product to my site. So now what you'd want to do in this instance is go and find that product on AliExpress and import it over to your website. And you'd want to do that using AutoDS, just like how I showed you. But now, to kind of further stem on finding winning products, you want to make sure that you're not just settling on one product. You have a general store. You can test any type of product on there. So I recommend using this approach, the data-based approach: impressions versus days running, how long have the ads been running, and are new ads being launched. Put together a list of 3 to 5 products and then test all 3 to 5 products on that same exact store. And that will get you a good baseline. Now, if you test all 3 to 5 products on that store, the chances of you finding a winning product is very, very, very high, especially when you're using this method right here, which I haven't heard anyone talk about. So now that we got most of the hard work done, this is step 3.5, which I did not include on the PowerPoint. So give you a quick refresh. We built the framework for our store. We connected with a private supplier that can ship out high quality products fast, and we learned how to find real winning products based off real data. So now that you found winning products, you would want to go and plug these into AutoDS to get a quote on these to figure out how much you can actually sell these for and build your offer. So now we're going to head back to Shopify like I previously mentioned, and I'm going to show you the apps that I'm using on my product page and a quick overview of how to set them up and why you should be using them. Before I take you back inside the computer and show you the apps that I use, I do want to make one thing very clear. You do not need a ton of different apps. These apps can get very, very, very expensive, especially if you're adding a whole bunch of them and you forget to remove them. You can run your store very lean with just a few apps. Now, the apps that I like to use have one purpose and one purpose only, and that is to increase your average order value, which is incredibly important. You need to have a high average order value in order to have a high profit margin, because with a high profit margin, it allows you to scale harder. And when you can scale harder, you can simply make way more money. And there are other types of apps that I do use outside of AOV boosting apps. For example, Luke's Reviews, that allows you to import reviews directly from AliExpress, which is a great app for increasing customer trust. But we're not going to touch on that in this video. More so, we're going to talk about the apps that are going to actually make you a lot more money directly. So let's get into my computer so I can show you this real quick. So these are the apps that I have on this store. There's 5 of them, but let's focus on these 3 right here. Starting at the very top with Upcart Cart Drawer, then Kaching Bundles, and then One Click Upsell. Now I'm going to actually take you to the product page so you can see these live in action, and I can tell you what they are and how they work. So this one right here is Kaching Bundles, and the whole point of this is to create bundles on the product page, incentivizing people to buy multiples to increase average order value. value. So for example, you can buy one for 30 bucks, or you can buy two for 27 each, or buy three for 25.50 each, where you're saving 10% or 15% for the more that you buy. And if you buy more than one, you also are eligible for free shipping as well. So the shipping incentive there works. So let's add this to the cart so you can see the slide cart, which is up cart. So this right here is up cart. And as you can see right here, we have the shipping incentive bar. We also have a nudge right here prompting customers to check out, telling them that their cart is held for 5 minutes. Urgency, scarcity. And then right here, you can also see that we have a bump here. This is a cart bump. This right here is a digital offer that costs you absolutely nothing that we have auto toggled on. What it does is it takes a $53 order and makes it actually $58.98. And that's simply just because this right here is a free $5. So as you can see between these two apps right here, Kaching Bundles and Upcart, AOV is up. Now I can't show you the last app because it would require me to buy something from this, but I can take you into the internals and show you what it looks like. So this is one-click upsell, and this is a post-purchase upsell funnel. So after someone buys, before they get taken to the thank you page, they're going to get positioned with different offers. So the first offer they're going to get hit with is this right here, which is upsell one. So they're going to get an option to buy the same product again, but for a 15% off discount as well. And a lot of people oftentimes take the same product as bought on upsell one. And then from there, you can add an upsell offer two. So if they take upsell one, then they get positioned with another offer right here, a product that would complement the camo hoodie. And you would also maybe want to offer a discount here as well, maybe an additional 10% off or a 15% off. And the best thing about this app is they don't need to re-enter their card info. All they have to do is click buy now and it automatically charges them. So you can see how this can be very effective. So again, upsell offer two, if they take upsell offer one, but let's say they say no to upsell offer one, then they get hit with a downsell. And this right here should be a slightly higher discount for maybe another complimentary product. But this right here is extremely powerful. And these three apps set up just like how I have this set up right here will literally double your revenue. Now let's move on to step 4, which is getting high quality video advertisements. So let's talk about ad creatives. If you don't know what these are, they're essentially just video advertisements that are going to be shown to your customers on social media. And I'm going to show you in a second how to exactly go about getting these very easily, but I do want to include some very important information so you don't mess this up. When you're getting creatives, you gotta be sure to include very sufficient information about your product. So these things could and should include, so what is the pain point? Why are people buying this product? What does it solve for them? Who is buying this product? What is the demo? Demo being the age, the gender, the location of these people. And lastly, information about your offer. So in my case with the camo hoodie, it's 50% off sale. Be sure to include all of this information when getting video ad creatives. You can't expect the creator or the editor just to know this stuff. You have to effectively communicate with them. And I'll say that again before I show you how to do this. 99% of beginners just don't include this sufficient information and they expect the creator or editor to know this information. And that is simply why creatives don't work for a lot of people when they first try. Be sure to provide enough details about your product and offer. So this is Viral Ecom Ads, and it's almost like an all-in-one solution for anything you need in terms of creatives for your dropshipping store. So let me show you the packages that I use with Viral. So go to packages and click video ad package. Then come over here to the right and choose TikTok split test package. Now there's a reason that I go with the TikTok split testing package, because if you look right here, 3 ad variations for one product. Now the reason why that is so important is simply because one creative is not enough. You want to test multiple creatives, and I'm sure you've heard this before, but let me explain it in an even simpler way. Most people completely overlook how important creatives are, and they instead focus so much on the website. But the truth is, most people will not see your website. Everybody will see your video ad creative first, and if that video ad creative is not good, you won't get people to your website. So video ad creatives need to be good, and you need more than one of them when testing your products. So this is why I do a TikTok split test package. Now me personally, I prefer to do the 3 to 5 package, and again, the reason is going back to because I like to test multiple variations of creatives. And the whole process for going about getting these creatives is incredibly simple. Number 1, you're going to place your order, and when you place your order, be sure to use code JungLabs because you will get 20% off whatever package price you choose, and that will be linked down in the description below. So you place your order, then what you're going to do is complete the submission form, and the submission form is where you're going to provide the information that I previously told you about. Be sure to be as specific as possible for the best outcome. Next, you're just going to wait 24 hours and then you will have your video ad creative. So it is incredibly seamless and incredibly fast turnaround time. And that is exactly what you want. So that's the TikTok split test package. But now let me also show you their UGC ad packages. So this is the UGC TikTok ad package, and it's highly effective. And essentially what it is, you're just partnering with one of Viral Ecom Ads handpicked vetted creators that know exactly how to make videos for your products. You just have to be sure to send them the product and send them sufficient information about the product so they can do it the right way way like you want. Again, it really boils down to your communication with them on that submission form. Now, in terms of, the reason I'm so bullish on this, because there's multiple different benefits of this. Not only are you going to get a UGC video, if you go the 3 package, you get multiple, but you can also mix and match those clips all around to have way more than just 3 UGC ad videos. On top of that, you can also take those videos and turn them into GIFs. That way you have your own content on your website. On top of that, you can also use the creatives that you purchased in other places besides just on the website and in ads. You can also use them in emails and further down your funnel. So highly, highly effective. I would definitely recommend looking into both the TikTok ad package and also the UGC TikTok ad package as well. And again, this is linked down in the description of the video. And if you use code JungLabs, you will get 20% off whatever package you choose. So here's a quick recap of everything that we've just covered. How to build a high converting general niche store, how to connect with a reputable private supplier, how to find real winning products using real valid data, how to get high quality video ad creatives, and now finally step 5, how we're going to get traffic to our store using paid ads, more specifically TikTok ads. So when running ads on TikTok, you want to be taking the broad audience only approach. And if you don't know what this means, to put it in simplest terms, you're not going to be doing any interest targeting. So the campaign structure is very straightforward. It's a CBO campaign at $50 per day with 5 ad groups and with 3 to 5 creatives per ad group with 5 captions. And you want to have smart creative on. And I'm going to show you how that's set up in a second. Now, this is the best way to test because it's simple and it works. You don't have to overthink because there is no other better strategy out there. This is the best way to do it. Now, what's important about this is how you analyze your data during and after your test, which I'm going to run you through these metrics real quick because it's very, very, very important. So we have CPC, CPM, CTR, CPA. Starting with CPC, it's just how much you're paying per link click. CPM is how much you're paying per 1,000 impressions. CTR is the percentage of people that are clicking on your ad. And CPA is how much you're paying per customer. Now, what you need to know is that your CTR or click-through rate will rule all your other metrics. So if you have a higher CTR, you're most likely going to have a lower CPC and a lower CPM. And if you have a lower CPC and a CPM, you're going to have a lower CPA, which is what you want. You want a very low cost to acquire new customers. Now, if you have a very low CTR, you're going to have probably a higher CPC and a higher CPM, which will result in a higher acquisition cost. So how do you get a higher CTR? Well, better ad creatives. And that's what we just mentioned in the last step. So creatives are very important when it comes to running paid ads. But now let me take you inside TikTok and kind of show you how this is all set up. So this is the TikTok ads dashboard. And as you can see right here, we have a CBO campaign set up. And the way that we have a CBO campaign set up for the hoodie. Let me click into this so you can see how I set this up. So in terms of the advertising objective, I selected website conversions. For the campaign name, I named it CBO, and then the name of my product, which is Camo Hoodie, and I turned campaign budget optimization on at $50. I have one ad group in here, which I need to duplicate 4 more times, but let me show you how this ad group is set up. So after you create the campaign, then you're going to be taken here where you're going to be editing this. For the ad group name, you can name it whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. I just named it AG1 for ad group 1. In terms of the data connection, you want to select your TikTok pixel. And then for the optimization event, you want to make sure that you're choosing complete payment. You see mine is view content. And the reason why mine is view content is because complete payment isn't unlocked. But there is a shortcut for that. And I'm going to tell you exactly how to do that real quick. So to unlock the complete payment event on a new TikTok ad account or a new TikTok pixel, what you need to do is trigger the complete payment event. Now to do that, you need to place a few test orders on your website using a 100% off discount code. That way you don't have to pay for anything. Then you have to wait anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour or 2 at the absolute max. Then complete payment will be unlocked. But for this example, I didn't have it unlocked. So I chose view content, but this is not what you would want to do in a real life scenario. You would want to run complete payment. You always want to run complete payment. So just imagine this is complete payment. Now for placements, I chose manual placements or select placements, and I chose TikTok only. I deselected global app bundle and I deselected Pangle. Then inside advanced settings, I turned off user can comment, and I also turned off video download. I left sharing on. In terms of targeting, all we did here was United States and Canada. And then we kept the ages 18 to 55 plus. For gender, since we're selling a camo hoodie and it is unisex, we're going to go both genders. In terms of languages, we chose English, and then we didn't do anything else. And then in terms of the schedule date, what you want to do is choose the following day at midnight. Then after this, you would click next. Then the last thing you want to do is go back into the ad group level and duplicate the one ad ad group that you have 4 more times, creating 5 ad groups in total. After you do this, you want to publish these ad groups so you have 5 ad groups in total, and that is all it is for your first test. Now, one last thing before I go. Referring to what I said earlier about you want to put together a list of multiple products, you don't ever want to just depend on one product like this. I see too many people do this and then give up when this product does not work, or they hang on to this product for way too long. So you want to be testing multiple products to increase the chances of you finding a winner. But if you start dropshipping the exact way that I just showed you how to do in this video, you will be well on your way to getting results, and this is the most effective and efficient way to do it, and probably the most straightforward, simple way. So with that being said, good luck.